Sometimes it is okay to let your world flip upside down. Welcome authors to Next Level Writing. In this video, we will be investigating the reverse or inverted pyramid and how this tool can be used to guide your persuasive writing. There will also be an example about the coronavirus to illustrate the points that are covered. Before we begin, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And a mega shout out to Jeremy, Jared, Jed and Doomy for supporting this channel. If you like this video, check out the Next Level Writing website. The link is in the video description below. Now, turn that frown upside down. Time for the reverse pyramid. The reverse pyramid is a helpful tool during the planning or editing time of your writing. The reverse pyramid reminds the author to guide the reader through the text and not overwhelm them with too much information too quickly. In essence, the reverse pyramid is about starting broad and narrowing down to a specific point. In other words, as we move towards the apex of the pyramid, the author needs to be more precise and focused. It is as if you are guiding the reader down a path by encouraging them to take small steps. After all, guiding and encouraging are some of the most effective persuasive techniques. But how can this tool be used for a persuasive text? Well, let's take a look at the three types of paragraphs in a persuasive: introduction, body, and conclusion. In an introduction paragraph, there are four parts: relevant hook, background information, thesis statement, and arguments. Placing each part into the reverse pyramid reminds the author when they need to be precise. Looking at the pyramid, it is clear that, when writing the hook, authors don't need to worry about being too specific. But, as the author begins to identify their arguments, they will need to be very specific. For our coronavirus example, we can see how an introduction that is inspired by the reverse pyramid could look. Notice how the hook is relatively vague in nature by starting with diseases. Then, in the background information, the focus moves to the coronavirus. After that, in the thesis statement, we have gone more specifically into how countries should act during coronavirus. Finally, we get even more specific by identifying the arguments. This is the reverse pyramid at work. Now, body paragraphs. Similarly to the introduction, each body paragraph has four parts: argument, details, explanation, and connection. The reverse pyramid shows that the first part of the paragraph, the argument, is the broadest part, and that as we move towards the connection, the author must become more specific. Back to our example, we can see how a body paragraph could look for one of the arguments. Once again, notice how the argument is quite broad, but as we move towards the details, explanation, and connection, the language and direction is becoming more focused and direct, leaving little room for interpretation. The conclusion paragraph is different to the introduction and body because there are only three parts: the restated position, summary, and call to action. Even though there are only three parts, the message does not change: start broad and end specific. For the conclusion, the restated position is the broadest part of the paragraph. Then we get more specific by summarizing the arguments that were covered in the body of the text. Finally, we get to the apex of the entire persuasive. The call to action is the most specific point of the entire persuasive because it is asking the reader to respond and do something. You cannot get more specific than that. And there you have it, the reverse pyramid in action. Remember to like and subscribe and to check out the Next Level Writing website for a copy of the example persuasive. And, as always, keep striving to take your writing to the next level.